Hello, fellow faithful. It is the world's greatest silver analyst, Bulldog here, back with more CLG analysis. I got my ice cold Diet Dr. Pepper, and I am ready to get into the game versus TSM today. Much better pick ban to start off with right away. Apparently the Xayah ban. I've seen a couple other teams play Xayah into Ashe, so I guess that's kind of coming out as a counter pick. I just think the Bard for us was absolute ass yesterday. I thought it was like you should go the Rakan if you're gonna go the Xayah. Just so much better, hard engage, really and good at blocking Ashe Arrow. Like it's so much better. But I'm glad that we picked up the Ashe. We didn't give up a super strong power pick to start with. Ezreal Karma is a solid bot lane, but Ashe, literally anything else, is pretty much just as good.
It's also one of TSM's most banned champions, so they have really
So,
stayed away from
yeah, I was thinking the Graves is what I would like to see. I didn't think we picked the Galio. Thank you. Holy shit, we didn't throw this draft. We have a chance in this one. And then you can leave top side counter pick up, which will be good. Well, we don't get the counter pick, but we'll force them into everything else. Oh, wait. They have to ban out the Camille, because that's Ruin's preferred pick into the Ornn. Yep, the Camille. And the Camille is also stupid good with Galio.
Outside of one Nidalee game and now his second Graves game, this man has been on tank duty pretty much full time.
Banning out the Azir is good, and choking out the mid pool one more with like a LeBlanc would also be great. And they get rid of the Thresh, which apparently people are afraid of Smoothie's Thresh.
As we just saw Dardoch on Dignitas a couple games ago, you really want to see Graves take one of the farm, get a level lead over the opposing jungler, and be one of the best.
There's a lot you can go. You can combo the Ashe with.
For most of Wiggly's games. On the other side, Broken Blade is saying, yes, I am going to be on tank duty. Let us play around double from treats if I'm going to diagnose
the Lee Sin ban. I mean, it's Speak as Lee Sin. That's not really anything I'm afraid of.
And TSM, I like this.
Yeah, this is what we've been talking about this league leading up in a lot of the podcasts too. Is kind of
so let's see what they go here. Their jungler with the Jarvan. I don't think Jarvan's all that good right now. Like on a pro level, he's fine in solo queue. He's always fine in solo queue because he has those sick ass level 2 ganks and can isolate a carry extremely well.
Wisely ban out the Camille. They don't want to let Ruin have a split pushing option. They also don't want to let the Galio Camille combination go through. There are still
the Gnar. That is something I haven't seen in a long time that I really like. I think Gnar is pretty good, and I'm glad to see it, and I think it might be able to bully out the Ornn pretty well, and kind of filled that Ornn role before Ornn was Ornn, but it gives us some nice mix of beefiness and damage. The Braum would be great. Oh, I love this team comp. Holy cow. There is beef, there is damage, there is CC, there is map mobility, there is peel. This team comp, there's objective control. This team comp does a lot. And there's laning power. It does a lot, and I love it. Cassiopeia would be a great pick by them. Yep. That's a very good pick because you need some sustained damage to break through all of this beef. But we crushed this draft. We crushed it. I love it.
Bjergsen as well has been, to me, the best performer on the entire team for TSM. Now he's got
we got 3 power picks. They got 2. I don't think Karma's that big of a power pick.
Really good at stopping
but
any sort of the opportunities to create plays for him.
we can do a lot with
CLG's map
this.
is built around them trying to play off of Wiggly moving around through the jungle. You know, you try and use your Graves.
All right, let's go ahead and skip to the start of the game here. Fancy camera angles from Riot. Wiggly's camera is great. Believe it or not, this is the same day I watched the 100 Thieves game. I'm just in a much better mood now because I feel hope, and hope is powerful. We got 2 different spell books. I generally think you should go Aftershock on Galio, but that might just be a personal thing. I'm not a big spell book guy myself, but it seems to be really utilized in the pro level. But if we can take advantage of this, like having this Graves, it would be great. These Graves outduels Jarvan really hard early on, especially if you save your dash for when the flag and drag comes out. You can dodge it pretty consistently.
Really quickly, red buff technically killed faster by the Jarvan. Negative armor on red buff makes that pretty easy.
Wow.
He's finishing up blue and then going on the Gromp in a second. Shouldn't be too far behind, but really good. Early harass from Bjergsen. Pope flashes in case there was a
that was really well done by Bjergsen, taking advantage of the matchup.
Thumbs down. That is immediate lane kingdom for TSM's Bjergsen.
Yeah,
that's just Bjergsen being good, Cassiopeia being really good as a champion. It's a little bit of a rough matchup.
He fully stacked Conqueror, chasing Pobelter back through the lane and forces the double summoners. Absolutely insane. Bjergsen, let me just even talk further about him, because while TSM have been up and
that was incredibly well done by Bjergsen.
So good for them. Extremely consistent. He has the most solo kills of any player in the LCS right
and
now.
he probably should bully Pobelter in this lane pretty hard. But Ruin should bully Broken Blade really hard as well. So we should be able to generate an advantage there. And Pobelter should be able to get a push still. It's just a little dangerous for him to get a push, which won't allow Ruin to really take over the jungle.
A little bit of early damage down there as Broken Blade gonna fight over the top lane wave. Ruin, of course, counter-picked into the matchup. Went fleet footwork to keep his move speed and sustain solid. Make sure you stay away from those pillars.
Okay, you know where the Jarvan is. You know his pathing. Hey, that's an early pink ward. I haven't seen one of those in a very long time from CLG. That's very good. You know exactly where Jarvan is. Right now, you're pretty much going even in the bot side matchup, where you do have a disadvantage because you're single range versus their double range. So if you can go even in that lane, that's going to be advantage to you.
Decent chance we get some more members down here in the bottom side.
I'm guessing there's a big wave top lane crashing into Ruin because he shouldn't be far behind in CS. He should be ahead in CS. So. There's a couple of minions, but not as big a wave as I thought. Okay. Do we know where... Do they see Spica? No, they don't. Okay, now they do. Hey, they know where Wiggly is. It's a little different. Spica is starting to vary up his pathing a little bit, which is good for him because his pathing was very predictable before.
Because especially with phase rush, Graves, who dodges the EQ, unless you're like EQing out of Fog of War or something, or you get a really nice one,
this is a game that definitely feels very, very winnable. I like that. And then you have Pobelter positioning for the roam over. Good job. And you're taking advantage of that Graves. It's a good job. Level 5 to his level 4, and you're just extending that lead a little further here. I don't know if you can hear Zoe in the background, but she's screaming at the door, asking why it won't open. Wow. Why does Ornn do that much damage? That's absurd.
Did a cold start on Gnar? I actually like that. In any low impact lane, go ahead and rush a cold.
But
Too many other starting items.
he does have the bombing cinder, so he is ahead in items.
In the olden days, we saw things like
But yeah, Ruin should be able to definitely be safer in that matchup. Just be good. Yeah, they have the push in both bottom and mid, so it's not surprising that they lost this dragon. That's what happens when your opponent is pushing lanes. So that's not something you can be too upset about. But you can really start to pop off in this mid game.
What's amazing to me is actually TSM has the lowest first dragon rate in the LCS, despite being a team, especially any double team.
And I mean, last time we played TSM, we got the first 3 dragons and then just blew it from there. We can beat this team. We showed that we're capable of it. It's just we haven't been able to put a good game together. This is like a pretty passive early game, but level 6 on mid and bot lane is when it should start to become more active for us, and we should start looking to make plays, especially around the Graves, who should hit level 6 well before Jarvan and just be scaled up better. Zoe, no matter how much you yell at the door, it's not gonna open. That's how doors work. I have to open it. It's not voice activated. Are you just upset that I'm talking to the microphone and not to you? Is that what you're upset about? You little drama queen?
A little bit of a, fun mode right here. For now, Broken Blade holds a farm lead with more minions even to kill. So
it's a little sad that Ruin doesn't have a CS lead up here. I would think that Gnar would bully that matchup. But he also does have the call, so he's going to have a gold lead, even if he's behind a couple CS. And things being even at this point in the game is pretty good, because Jarvan is much more active in the early game than Graves. Well, at least in terms of lane pressure. And then in the mid game skirmishes is where Graves really excels.
Point out, speaking of Galio plays, he has spellbooked his TP over to Ignite. His flash is back up after losing at level 1.
And that level 1 was what led to the early dragon.
Has left bottom lane. There's nothing to be done down there. Ashbrom defensive enough. Tier Ezreal, not exactly a champ you want to gank
Wiggly
very often.
Positioning well, just getting small advantages and creeps, and just taking advantage of that Graves. Doing a good job of that. And they're getting Rift Herald here. Or as me and my friends call it, Rift Penis. I don't know why we call it that, but we've called it that since it was put in the game. Back when Elise was the only Elise and Shaco were the only junglers that could solo it. Oh, come on, Wiggly. Gotta get that together. Oh, we could win the fight here.
Has public over to Ignite, can deal plenty of damage here. He's nearsighted. When does the ult come out? So far, no fight for TSM. Broken Blade gonna ult, gonna flash the wall, go for round 2.
And Broken Blade assassinating Graves, the classic. The Ornn, assassin Ornn.
Loses his own flash for a play he wanted. TSM come away trading summoners and getting the Rift Herald.
Yeah, because of the early smite there, Speak is able to get the second smite in. I believe I saw like 50 HP still left on it. Yeah. TSM get the Rift Herald. They get Broken Blade out alive on top of it. Bjergsen there with the blue buff. Cassiopeia did a lot of zoning
So that
on the
was
bottom side of that
that
Riverfall exit.
that was
Puts them
just
away,
a smite
and
difference.
that allows them to easily continue stacking
Nothing
these
really
kills.
happened
TSM are the ones
besides
with the double tier,
like
kind of mid-game
no
game.
advantages
Good is
were
going
gained or lost
swimmingly for them.
besides the Herald
Looking
itself,
good right now. So,
which is unfortunate that
again, TSM
we missed
small
smite,
gold lead,
but
playing
it
a lot of
happens.
their lanes, to be honest. Mid's up a solid 20 with the wave
They've
crash
got a
in.
solid
Won't get
CS
much of
lead
that
and
one. Heal Ignite now on the Galio.
2 lanes.
More comes out of that one. Manamune completed for double.
Are they
Still
like
comfortable.
looking to
And next Drake is up in 15
camp that
seconds. One Cloud, one Mountain.
the chickens?
If they can grab it.
Things down onto Pobelter.
A lot of damage here. Doesn't have a good way.
Oh,
out.
he
Can't
can't
burn-
dash
doesn't burn any yet.
because
Finally gets through
Cassiopeia
one.
is a
Doesn't
balanced
matter.
and
First
fun
blood coming
champion.
through for
God,
Bjergsen.
champion
The rest of the squad
super
showed up. They
aids.
knock him down just in time for the Drake.
That's what preparation does for you. Full vision control over the river. TSM right out of the side brush here. They even have
I hate
more
Cassiopeia
control.
W.
You lay down Miasma on top of it, knock up, boom. It is first blood into the waiting arms of Cassiopeia, exactly where TSM want it. Freak, this game was already going according to plan for TSM, with easily being able to stack up, but with Dragon number 2,
Rune will finish his call here, but this is just well played by TSM.
Preparation does all the work. Everybody's ready, so you get the knock up right into Miasma. He can go nowhere. You slowly try and walk out of it.
There's just nothing. Bjergsen didn't even need to ult.
There. Side stun over onto Ruin. And now that extra money with the kill, his Archangels is done.
And Ruin pops the call here.
At a very quick pace in this game, and TSM's team fight is about to explode.
Looking really good here. 500 gold lead, though, is only the difference right now, as we have yet to see that. Oh, that's going to be a jump.
Yep,
right
he's
in.
just
No
dead.
out for Pope, once again grounded, sent back to his room.
Hopefully we can get a return
2-0 in the mid
kill
lane.
up top
Play
here.
might be the counter kill, though. He's got to run a long way.
He's already ulted, he's already flashed.
Yeah, he should just be dead.
Slow is going to charge away, and here comes Spica. Look for the knockup. The ult, he's going to find the kill.
All right,
He's
at
on
least
the
got a
board.
kill.
He's going to jump away instead. No counter kill on the TSM side, so CLG back on the board, making the game a
But
little
we
bit
did
closer.
lose a bunch of the mid tower.
Do they continue
Which-
this? Can he hit an arrow maybe?
For ooh, great arrow.
Bjergsen's gonna be stuck.
Great chain CC. Holy cow. Good job. That was extremely well done and got the shutdown gold onto Graves. Great arrow, great follow-up. That really starts to swing things for us. Really, things were starting to tip in TSM's favor. That kind of balances them back out. That was extremely well done.
Double Italy's got his farm going. Keeps the CS at +2 right now. Miguel's coming in for treats. Will feel really good considering Ash is in
That
the
is a
game.
bunch of gold
Otherwise, we have a close
onto
game. Gotta point that
Graves,
out.
who is
TSM
just a
maybe
strong
up
champion in
swing,
general.
but those plates taken in mid lane, treats got
We
that
got the
gold.
Black
Key with
Cleaver
the
on the
so
Gnar.
cover with money means Miguel's is done. That's not bad, but it's still not hyperscaling Ezreal or
The
Captain
former
Julius.
teammates just chilling bot lane together.
7 more kills here for the cold pop for Ezreal as well, and Double F should feel pretty good building armor. Only Galio magic damage to worry about, and the super tiny amount from Gnar. So he should be able to.
TSM's background looks like a locker room.
You mentioned the Mikhails.
It's weird.
Love it as far as getting them out of those pick situations and allowing TSM a lot more agency in choosing their fight.
Well, next fight might be chosen in 2.5 minutes as we have the Infernal Drake
But
spawning.
we haven't really made any plays with the Galio, which is weird because Pobelter tends to be very active in playmaking. And TSM is doing the right thing in attacking the global. That's just generally what you want to do.
But we know that's going to be the next objective to fight over, as Baron won't be up. Scuttle, or Herald I should say, not terribly meaningful either.
This is suspect.
Smoothie in the front line, jumps back out. Speaker not
You
gonna
do
find
have the
anything.
Galio
There we go,
ult.
double knockup. Means it's gonna be a
Oh,
fight.
Wiggly just
So far,
popping a
took
motherfucker.
that fight and died
Put a
for it.
cap in his ass, Jesus.
Good
Good job. Can you not die here, Wiggly? That would be great. Great shield by Smoothie. Wiggly staying alive, but costing Smoothie his life at the cost. And we just didn't have Stixay there for damage. So we overchased for sure. Once we got the kill onto Spica, we should have just backed off. We didn't need to go forward anymore, or just collapse onto Bjergsen, who is isolated from the rest of the team.
As Bjergsen roams over, Broken Blade also comes in, and they hit the CC extra kill. Plus,
That was a good job by Wiggly to stay alive, do some good damage. He's been playing well this game.
Really big stuff right there. You can see TSM now up 1,000 gold solidly. Recalls coming in soon. Bjergsen hoping he can finish his Riley's or Leandre's in time for that fight as we look at it again. So again, Galio Ultimate, CLG are itching to use it. That's why they're picking this fight. They're like, great, all right, we got this.
Yep.
Speaky even takes the bait right in on
Just
it. And then
pops him.
blows him up before the
And
Galio ult even
we
arrives.
went for
Both teleports
treats,
are down.
which is a weird choice here because it splits us up.
But his flash had come back
We
up.
should have
It was
gone
pretty
for
close.
Bjergsen
Just come back up,
or
so that's
Broken
probably
Blade,
why they went for it.
where we could,
Absolutely
or
does
double lift.
block double
Just
lift
any
from the lane, but
anyone else would have been a better target somewhere where we could attack as 5 instead of splitting ourselves up. Because having Ashe in in our fights is very important.
Was trying to get again a punish on the Karma Flash, but the timer had just come up for him and treats right
But
out of there.
this is a dragon that we do need to contest. We do get vision of all 5 there. We have Ashe. We have every ult but Galio ult. They have every ult but Ornn ult.
Still fairly close. Mountain Drake not going to be gigantic for the stat bonus, so certainly winnable. Is this going to be the re-engage? CLG fighting over this Infernal Drake. When does TSM go in? Broken Blade just gets ulti, pops it instantly, goes towards Ruin. They find the knockup. They find a lot of
Okay, we get the dragon, and we get out. We do lose mid tower, but we would have lost that with or without the dragon. So, good job on dragon control there. That is the first well-played dragon I have seen in weeks. Holy cow. And we can make up some of the standing gold here. Hopefully start to turn things around a little more in our favor. Because the Graves is about to be freakishly strong. And the Rift Herald I don't think means all that much. Unless if you can get it to the second Rift Herald. I don't think means all that much unless if you can get it to dash charge on a tier 2 tower.
Yeah, Bjergsen's definitely been playing super well. For Double Lift 2, you're talking about people being unable to answer him. He, like I said earlier, can easily itemize the armor that Ezreal likes to do with his Iceborne, and doesn't have to worry about too much of the magic damage. Just an underfed Galio there from the mid lane.
And Ruin really should start winning this matchup up top. I don't know what he's building. I guess he's going Bork next. Okay, that's the only thing that builds out of those items. Which for the 1v1 matchup is pretty good, and it looks like it's going to be pretty split push heavy.
And it's up to CLG, mainly Ruin to get in there and get a good placement for Pobelter's Galio ult. If you can get your Gnar combination,
ooh, this could be good.
As set up by an Ashe Arrow, that's your ideal situation. CLG want to
Oh, nice taunt, and we should just be able to pop the Cassiopeia. Very nice. And Wiggly having a hell of a game. Great setup by Pobelter.
Huge pick for CLG there. Good job sending all their resources up on the top side because TSM can't get anything else on the map. Look at that. Their mid tower's already gone down. So
great job by CLG to just put TSM in a no-win situation there, because there's not much they can do to respond. Yeah, they can drop the Rift Herald here. They can respond with a tower take after our tower take and a kill. So, good work in general. Wiggly having probably the best game of his split so far. The team looking actually pretty solid.
Very close in overall scoreboard. Kills equal, turrets went apart, Drakes went apart. CLG, I would say, punching above what their weight has been so far in this LCS split. 5 and 8 going hand,
well, the thing about us punching above our weight has not been consistent. There's been weeks where TSM and us have been the exact same weight, and then there's been weeks where we've been bar none the worst in the league, we've gone from looking like a top 4 team to the worst in the league, and there hasn't been much in between.
Back into mini too.
Gets the stun, ruins at 1,000 health, finds a stun, finds some damage, jumps around, tries to get away, gets the
And
flash,
he does get away. It's a good job.
it isn't enough to kill, so Ruin lives, trading his flash for his life.
Yeah,
So
a couple of ults here used by TSM, but they're happy to trade those out for the flash from Gnar. I was just trying to talk about Gnar in team fights. Guess what,
they
Bree?
brought a lot
Without
to him,
flash,
and
my whole story kinda comes
only
crashing
got a
down
flash.
because it is
And an
so
ult,
much
but
easier to
Gnar
deal
ult
with non-flash
is
Gnar when you
basically
have that
never on
Tiamat
cooldown,
that you can lay down. Ornn already gonna have,
because
good
by the
combo
time he
for a long
transforms
range
again,
play,
he'll have it
and,
back.
you have to worry about Jarvan going through.
Ooh, they could look for a pick onto Broken Blade here.
For Ruin, it's so much more difficult. Oh,
Great, great plays here. Holy cow. These are well coordinated, aggressive plays to just catch people out using your team composition to its fullest effect. That's a great job. Now they're in a much worse place for this dragon. I mean, we won't have Ash Arrow, but we can win a fight without Ash Arrow.
And they actually capitalize on the kill, even though TSM take down the turret.
We'll be fine.
You know, I gotta say, this is an improvement, right? Because a week ago, TSM traded their jungler for a ward. This time they trade their top laner for a turret. Clearly they value Broken Blade, or at least have learned to trade up. Regardless, it is a good move. And
Okay, and they just had position on this dragon, which I think we should have been able to get.
It would be a blind steal, and it's not gonna happen. Well played, TSM.
Because they didn't have their top laner for 20 seconds. I don't know why we couldn't go into them to get that. It was a 4v5 and they didn't have their front line.
TSM preparing a lot more for this one through the red jungle, had the vision, and just burn it down. They even use a teleport for good measure for a Broken Blade off the Summoner Spellbook. Definitely a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, agreed. It's really good stuff. Gets nerfed next week. So
Okay.
next time around.
6-8, yep. Needs to burn flash there.
The lineup there for Broken Blade was such that going in a straight line plus pressing F.
Yeah, that was a
pressing D, it would be questionable.
good playmaking attempt on the part of TSM, forcing out the flash.
Baron is on the map. 4 minutes until the Soul Drake spawns.
Hopefully we can continue to make plays with the Ash Arrow and the Graves damage and the Galio CC. We've been doing a good job of that. We really haven't used the Galio ult to great effect, but we've used the rest of his kit well. So I can't be upset with that. And Wiggly is just absolutely dominating Spica here.
And also, I'm interested to see what Ruin can do for himself. You talk about, what openings are there, what else can be done in the next 3 minutes or so. It is Ruin going split push heavy, right? It is Ruin picking second item. He is trying to be able to fight Broken Blade.
Weird ulti by Double Lift. I don't know what he was doing there. Maybe checking Baron?
Cassio in the 1v1, unless you get jungle help and you get a CC chain going. It means he claps Broken Blade 1v1, and that means that he's got to kind of dodge that matchup. But otherwise,
this is very close. We're within like 2,000 gold, which generally isn't enough gold to swing things super heavily in one team's favor. So if we play it right, especially playing to get the Dragon Soul, but they look like they're just gonna start at Baron here. We need to get over there. Okay, they're just baiting it. We're not falling for it, it looks like. And Ruin is just pushing in that tower. We do have Ashe, which is one of the best champions in the game for just being able to check Baron pretty consistently.
And speaking of farming, 50 CS lead for Wiggly, up 3 levels over Spica right now. And that might be really important because we know this Drake fight's in just 2 minutes. And a smite is important. It's another 100 or so.
And Ruin should have gotten a ton of damage down on that bot lane tower, just because he crashed like 3 waves into it. And doing a good job of actually going in as a group and clearing out vision here.
In bot and mid, about 10K for Doublelift, 1,500 almost for Bjergsen. That's where the difference really, really lies, and that's what we're going to look at here.
And they have that deep pink that we don't see, which is unfortunate.
Gone ahead and finished Blade of the Ruin King, but just has the Warhammer waiting around for some extra CDR. He is max cooldown now.
Using the Ezreal ult again. 6-8, you're backing on a ward, my dude.
Invested so much in laying down all that vision around Baron. Then they exit the area. CLG move in. They clear out
That
now CLG fully.
I don't know why
TSM move in.
6-8 didn't
Clear out all
clear
these
the
control
ward,
wards.
but this could
investment in
be a
control
little
wards.
rough.
Ruin, he's collapsed.
Oh wow.
3v1
Well, Ruin just kind of dies here.
You can see that he's supposed to win those fights, but the rest of the squad is here. His ult means nothing, and it's going to be the 3-man kill as Double is on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that is not good. At least he'll be there for the Drake fight, but
Plus, it means they need a deeper ward for him to teleport on. CLG, knowing all the resources are topside, they should be making a beeline for Dragon right now to place teleport wards for that Gnar.
yeah, we have a couple of decent teleport wards there.
He can get the teleport. His flash will be available when he becomes alive once again, and that could be their opportunity to strike. TSM, good pick for them.
And this Dragon is super important. If I were TSM, I would probably just be going for the Baron.
Teleporting back out for early vision control.
Okay, the squad is here. It is time to fight over the Drake. Dragon Soul is on the board for TSM.
And we do get that one deep ward. We do manage to sneak it in, although Ruin did not TP to it.
But I don't know if CLG knows that's their window. Mininar for Ruin is going to be a similar timer here. He doesn't have any engaged tools himself. Knocks down a ward, but not a great flanker on Mininar.
Oh, catching double lift. Oh, that was so close to death. But this gives us such the upper hand in a fight. And Wiggly's still 2 levels up on the smite fight. Yeah, but the more important thing is we secure the dragon. That's very good. We used... This is what I wanted with the Zoe game. We created numbers advantages. We essentially took we did the equivalent of killing double F there in terms of numbers advantage, and then we just pressed that advantage and took the dragon. I feel like someone in like the coaching staff is watching my videos because I point out these issues and then they fix them. Now, I don't know if it's just them actually being self-aware enough to like figure it out themselves, which is what I would assume, rather than them watching my video. That's not good. Oh, but that is... Holy cow. Great turnaround. Great turnaround, boys. Great work there. And Wiggly is so powerful.
Right into my Gnar Galio combo. As TSM thought they caught him out there.
Wiggly is actually terrifying. And we could get 4 Infernal Drakes, which would be very good on our team.
And now you start to see their vision blooming through the jungle. What a big turning point, and it comes at Wiggly inside trying to steal away the Gromp, then, you know, kind of dashing over towards the wall. Haha, look, I don't have any more escapes, but Pobelter's right there.
And they don't have double lift up, well, there, so we don't have to worry about the Baron getting started. I mean, they do have Cassiopeia, so they do have the ability to take it pretty quickly.
You have to expect Baron is the likely objective to be played for next, up in 3 minutes. CLG,
but we've taken the standing gold, and the game is a little bit in our favor. And Wiggly is just so stupid strong.
Regular invisible ones only spot double if last hitting minions, which doesn't mean all that much on CLG's side. TSM waiting for a play. Can they find an opening?
But I really like the Gnar pick.
Not gonna find it here.
I think Gnar's a good champion.
No. There's people over there. Let's not get that one to happen.
I think he gets severely... I think he's slept on too much.
With their hawk shot usage, because you do have to start to worry about 3-item Cassiopeia burning through Baron. TSM can pull some sneaky plays here, even if they're showing multiple people and you're like, oh, they see double lift, oh, they see X.
And I think CLG will be aware of the Cassiopeia. Like, you just have to think about that. But you have Ash, so you can pretty consistently check it. And you have two blue trinkets, so...
Working off your hawk shot timers.
Is nearly a target, but there's enough re-engage, there's enough delay,
Okay.
they will find some damage
You just turning around the play.
This
This could be very good because Rune's about to transform in a choke point. Yeah! I thought it might be disgusting. That was really good. That is why I love Gnar. Because he can just make things absolutely disgusting like that. Just, oh. He can do gross things like that, and with the Galio, it's also very good. This could be scary for Rune. Yeah, he needed to get out of the back of the pit. They can zone us off, but we can kind of shift mid lane. They can't do Baron. But that was extremely well done. Very dumb of TSM to be huddling in that choke point when they could see Rune's meter charging up. Like, they needed to get out yesterday at this point. And they decided to, like, sit and try and fight it, which was really dumb. Because it just allows us to free hit without, like, it allows our damage dealers to have a couple of seconds of free hitting while theirs were stunned. Even if we didn't kill their damage dealers with it, it gave us the big advantage. And Wiggly is very, very, very powerful. They're coming in for some kind of flank here, looks like, or they're just positioning around the dragon, which this is something we definitely need to fight for. But Ruin is pushing in top and getting that. But he gets that turret. Do they think they can win the 4v5 or just like the smite fight? Or... Okay. This might be a little late.
He's got a smite steal and he can't do it. Broken Blade claims it spellbooks despite I'm pretty sure when Wiggly is just gonna drop.
Yeah, that was not very well done. That was greedy as hell by Ruin, and that loses us the game. Wow. That was greedy as hell and just stupid.
Running away, he was late to the fight and he is late to die. Baron is on the map, and CLG, where was your top laner? The timer's on the scoreboard the entire time, and TSM get everything they ever wanted.
Freak, when Gnar goes mini, can't gain rage thereafter, and even when he comes in, it's a mini Gnar, so the timing expertly forced there by TSM.
Like, that was the worst possible thing we could have done. If we just wanted to try the 50-50, that would have been, and have Ruin just split for the tower and the inhib, that would have been fine. Like, I can kind of respect that decision. But we tried to have our cake and eat it too, and it cost us the game.
For a full minute now, TSM have a lot of room to work with. Baron buff on, gold to put in.
Like, Ruin should have been TPing in well before this, because it's super low. So I mean, you should have just sent Wiggly in to try and steal that. If he doesn't, he dies, and then you just kite it out as a team and try and get out. And then Ruin could be taking an inhib here, but instead you just kill everyone, don't get dragon, and don't get an inhib. It was the worst possible decision you could have made. Like, just straight up giving up the dragon without doing anything would have been a better decision there.
Immediately on that dragon, and they see Ruin in mini form split pushing like that. I know it feels so bad to give up a soul, but I think he just to make the call. Hey, we go for the steal. If we don't get it, everybody else.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Doing a good job of trying to catch double lift here, but they just do so much more damage than us now. Yeah, that just lost us the game, that one decision. We played a close game and then made an extremely dumbass decision, and Ruin got greedy. That was just fucking stupid.
Yep, that is Infernal Soul, that is Elder, or excuse me, that is Baron, and that is the game, freak. TSM will take it.
That, like, we played a good game. Outside of that one fucking moment. We put ourselves in a position to be able to win, do well. Wiggly played an extremely good game, but that one call just lost everything.
TSM take the win.
Love the co-op.
And we're so close to being a decent team. We're really close to it. But we just can't get over the hump. I think we need to make some kind of change. I want days. I don't. This just isn't doing it. And it's sad. Because we're so close to being good, but we're just not. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that. Thanks for all the support. That's about it. See ya.